Assalamu alaikum. In today's Honey What's Cooking, we are making a meat dish with the bakari just around the corner. We are definitely doing a red meat dish. It is different. It is not the usual kofta or the biryani or pulao or korma. It is Parsi cuisine. So it is Parsi cuisine. It is known as gravy na cutlets. We are making meat cutlets made out of lamb mince. You can take mutton, lamb, whatever. And with this, we will be, of course, adding a couple of spices, which is cumin, whole red chilies, salt, nutmeg, mace, cumin powder, coriander powder, red chili powder. We will be grinding this with garlic, green chilies, mint, ginger, coriander. Additionally, we'll be adding ginger garlic paste. This will be given some binding with breadcrumbs and a couple of pieces of bread. So as the name suggested, gravy na cutlets, there will be a gravy, and the gravy will be made out of tomatoes, beetroot, onion, ginger, garlic. Then we are going to add a couple of spices, red chili powder, salt, cumin powder, coriander powder, garam masala powder, some turmeric. We will be using whole garam masala spices, cinnamon, cloves, black peppercorns, green cardamoms. For the sourness, we'll be adding vinegar, white vinegar. You can choose any vinegar that you like. Brown sugar or jaggery gourd if you have it. Ginger, garlic. And then for frying, we will be dipping. And finally, for the frying, we're going to dip the cutlets in egg and then coat them with crumbs and obviously fry them in oil. Now the recipe is quite simple. All of these ingredients actually go into a food processor. If you do not have a food processor, you can use whatever manual grinding gadget that you use. It could be a silbatta, it could be the oven dasta, whatever. So in goes everything. So all the green herbs, red pieces, all the spices, everything goes into the food processor with the meat, and then we just have to grind it till the meat is finally done and you do not see chunks of whatever ingredients that you've added. In goes all the meat. So basically all the ingredients for the cutlets are in the food processor right now, and we just need to grind it till we do not see chunks of the ingredients. So I've given it a couple of runs. The meat seems to be nicely ground. I do not see much chunks of the ingredients that we added, so I think we're good. So this ground meat is now going to get marinated for good 4 to 6 hours if you can, or I would at least give it 2 hours minimum if you have to do it sooner. So the meat is now nicely done. It's going to sit in the fridge. I must tell you, it already smells amazing. So as the meat sits marinating in the fridge, we will carry on with the gravy. So what I did was that I took the whole spices, which is cinnamon, black peppercorns, cloves, and the green cardamom, and I put them in a pan with water. The water has just about started boiling, so obviously the aroma from the whole spices has already infused the water. In goes the chunks of onions, tomatoes, and beetroots. We do not have to fine chop these at all because all this is going to go in a blender, and it will be of a uniform consistency then. So in go all the veggies, all the powdered spices, which is red chili powder, salt, coriander powder, cumin powder, turmeric, and allspice, garam masala powder. I included some whole garlic cloves. In addition to that, ginger garlic paste. This gravy is going to be a very nice mix of sweet, spicy, and salt. So for the sweet, we have the beetroot, of course, and then we are going to add some brown sugar. If you have jaggery, that would be even better. And for the sour, from the tanginess of tomatoes to a little bit of vinegar. Now this is going to cook for good 1 hour to 2 hours. The idea is to make all the vegetables mellow. The sauce is not going to be very thick, neither is going to be very runny at all, but you can forget about it for the next an hour and a half. So the gravy has been cooking for, I would say, over an hour, and this is how it looks like. The tomatoes and onions have mushed down. The beetroot hasn't. I will just give it a mash and see if I can, yeah, it's tender. And then later I'll be putting it through the blender anyway. So the meat has been sitting in the fridge for almost about 4 hours. It's nice consistency, it's not sloppy, so I like that. So the next step is beat 2 eggs, make a patty, dip it in the eggs, dip it in breadcrumbs, and we are good to go. A quick beat of the eggs, and you take a reasonable portion of the meat, make it into a ball, flatten it down. Flatter the better. It doesn't have to be a puffed up patty. A dip in the egg, coat in breadcrumbs. Make sure to keep it patted down. It doesn't have to be a puffed up patty. It doesn't have to be uniform shape either. Oblong, round, not round, that's fine. So we have our kebabs, cutlets, patties, whatever you call them. You can see that these are not uniform shape, honestly. These are not required to be. And that is from the recipe that I'm following. Besides, they have to be flat and not puffed up. So the next step is you fry them in oil, shallow frying, no deep frying. And if you want to store them in fridge, you can store them in this shape and form, or you could fry them and then store them. So the next stage is frying the cutlets. I've got some pan in the oil heating up. You don't have to overheat the oil or bring it to a boiling point. It just have to be hot enough. And we are shallow frying. Remember, these have to be flat. So there goes cutlet number 1. And there's obviously room for more than one. So I'm just giving them about a minute and a half on each side, and then obviously turning them over to see how they look. After a minute and a half, they look nice and brown. Just a few more minutes and they should be good. So what I've done is that I've cooled down the gravy a bit. I'll put it in the blender and I will bring it to a smooth consistency. So anything from the veggies that's remaining, like the beetroot, garlic, any of the whole spices, that comes to a smoother consistency. So the gravy is now nice and smooth, and it goes back into the pot and it simmers till it is a further better consistency. It doesn't have to be too thick. We are at a good point right now. All I have to do is add a little bit of cooking oil. It will kind of stabilize all the tastes and it will add a nice glaze. Our cutlets are ready. The gravy is ready. Now just finally ladling the gravy on the cutlets and ready to serve. And this is the authentic Parsi way to serve the gravy in a cutlet. It is drenched into the gravy, and the idea is to soften the cutlets. Not exactly mushy, but soft. And then it's just a matter of a couple of minutes and ready to go.